After spending the last 8 summers exploring every beach, every town, every hidden gem of Menorca, we have put together the perfect 4-day itinerary for your visit to the island.
In this video, we'll share the best areas to stay at, how to get around the island, and of course, a day-by-day itinerary to help you plan an unforgettable trip to Menorca. Let's get started.
First, you will want to know where you should stay in Menorca. And in reality, there are 3 main options: Mahón, Ciudadela, or a beach town. And the reason why I say beach town is because there are many scattered around the island where you'll get a very similar experience irrespective of where you stay. For example, if you stay in Cala Galdana, it will be relatively similar to staying in Arenal del Castell, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, the experience is similar in the sense that you can find a resort, you can be very close to the beach, you can walk to restaurants, but obviously the beach in itself is completely different, the views of the island is completely different. And what's great about this option is that there is so many. Like, you could literally stay anywhere in the island, near a beach, in a resort, that you'll have an amazing time because the island is just so beautiful. But naturally, the most popular option is to stay in the biggest town in Menorca, which is called Ciudadela. Ciudadela is the hub of tourism. You can find so many hotels and apartments to stay here, and one of the reasons people choose this as a destination is also because there's so many things to do. There's so many restaurants. It's near some of the most famous beaches, and it has a beautiful historical center as well, which will be in our itinerary later on.
We have been to Ciudadela many times and we've made videos about it. You can check them right here or in the description. But Mahón, on the other hand, is also a very big town, but it's much closer to the airport. So it's on the other side of the island, and it provides just a very similar experience when it comes to places to eat, proximity to local beach towns and beaches, and so on.
Understanding what are the things that you want to do during your holiday will allow you to choose one or the other. And
we actually made a video comparing Mahón and Ciudadela, which you can also find it right here. Have a look and pick your choice.
Regardless of where you choose to stay, you should know that you can get up to 40% discount on your hotels in Menorca and worldwide when you create an account on Plannin.com.
If you've never heard of Plannin, it is a hotel booking platform where you can access member exclusive discounts and read recommendations from pre-approved travelers just like us.
On Plannin, you can also book your travel experiences. So if, for example, you're looking to do a boat tour while you're in Menorca, you can go on Plannin, compare prices, and book your tour on the platform.
So we will leave the link right in the description. Go ahead, sign up, and start availing from up to 40% discount on your next hotel, both in Menorca and worldwide.
Now let's move on to talk about how you can get around the island, because this is probably one of the most asked questions in our other Menorca videos. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but no, there is no Uber on the island, so you're gonna have to think about an alternative transport method.
For now, at least. Most people take taxis. There are also buses that depart from Mahón, from Ciudadela, and from every major spot around the island to other touristic spots.
But the most popular way to get around is renting a car. And this is because if you want to explore the whole island, getting from A to B by bus, it can be a little bit difficult because there's no routes to all of the places and there's only certain schedules. And also there's certain spots where getting a taxi might not be the easiest thing to do.
So you can do what we do, which is some of the times we arrive in Menorca and we rent a car right from the airport. There's a bunch of places right there where you can just pick up your car. You can choose it online, and then there you just have to pick up the keys and drop your information, and that's pretty much that. Now let's jump into the itinerary. We are putting a 4-day itinerary, and for each one of the days we've assigned a specific area of the island: north, south, east, and west. And one disclaimer is that you don't have to see it in the order that we're going to tell you. In fact, we recommend you to look at the wind. And you're thinking, what, the wind? Yes, there's this website called Wind Finder that will tell you where the wind is blowing from. If the wind is blowing north, that means that the beaches in the north will most likely be a little bit dirty. So you might want to go to the south in that day. Got it?
Now let's get started with day 1. For your first day, we are going to take you to the south of the island, where you're going to see some of the most famous beaches. You're going to see the picture-perfect blue waters that you probably have seen when you were researching the island. And you're gonna get started by driving to an area called Cala Galdana. There's huge parking here and a huge beach where you can get started with your day.
In Cala Galdana, you really have 2 options. One, you go to the main touristic beach. The waters are amazing blue. There's a lot of activities that you can do in the sea, and you can even rent a boat. Or you can do a trek. Not a heavy trek, but one that goes alongside the coast and it allows you to go to hidden beaches. We've actually done this quite a few times and we've made a video about it, which is right here in the description. You can see what the images, what the videos, what the views look like right here as well.
And this trek is gonna take you to two of the most famous beaches of the island called Macarella and Macarelleta. They are the most famous because, I mean, look at these views. How could it not be? They are incredible. So I do recommend you to go and do this trek. The only thing to keep in mind is that there are some parts that the trek, it's a little like narrow with rocks, a little difficult.
So if you have mobility issues, this may not be the best choice for you. We would recommend staying in Galdana instead. There's a lot of places to eat. There's activities to do.
There's even like a little water park for kids, isn't there?
Yeah.
So you can spend the whole day in this side of the island. We recommend you to do so. There's even more beaches if you wanna explore even more and do even more treks. You can do that.
Now let's go into day 2, or the east of the island. This is one of my favorites because in the morning we recommend you to go to a place called Binibeca area, but in specifically Saoya, or Las Piscinas de Binibeca, and Escalo Blanc. These are calas, which they don't really have that much beach, but they have incredible water with incredible fishes, and that we love going there like every year.
This is a perfect opportunity to do something different. You're not quite going to a beach, but you're going to a more of a rocky area where you're going to swim, and if the weather is good, you're going to see fishes, and you kind of get to see a different side of the natural landscape of Menorca.
After going there in the morning, you will have the opportunity to have lunch in Binibeca town. This town is basically Santorini, I'm telling you right now. Everything is white, it's so picturesque, I'd say. And you can have a lot of nice seafood there. There's a lot of nice places to go.
This town is one of the most famous ones. You definitely don't want to miss it because it's gorgeous. I would recommend though that you try to book a restaurant spot in advance because it's a very small town, so in the summer it gets super booked up. It's not that easy to find a table, so remember, if you can book in advance, even better.
Then in the afternoon, if you still have strength, we recommend you to go to Mahon. Mahon is one of the main cities. There's a lot to do. You can walk by the port, you can go to the food market, you can pick your choice when it comes to where to eat. There's amazing ice cream places, which we have to recommend you one, by the way.
Yeah. Mahon is the capital of Menorca, and actually it has one of the largest ports in the world. I think it's top 10 or top 5 or something. It's really big, so it has beautiful views, but also it's got an old town that you can explore where you can see some of the oldest medieval houses. It has a really charming pedestrian shopping street that honestly I recommend that you don't miss out.
And I really like the fact in the recent years they built a lift in Mahon that allows you to go from the port down there all the way to the top, and you can see the views from there, and it's very friendly for people with limited mobility or just because climbing all the way up it used to be difficult. Now not anymore. And by the way, the place to eat ice cream is called Sa Gelateria. It's our favorite place. The best one is actually in Fornells, but Mahon also has...
The best one is the same.
It's the same, technically it's the same. I don't know why I said the best one, but hey, either way, Mahon has a subsidiary, or what do you call it? Like
it's just another shop.
Yeah, shop, okay. It's a shop, go there, it's very nice.
Alternatively, you can also go and have dinner in an area that's called Escastel. Escastel is only a 10-minute drive away from Mahon. It's actually located at the end of the port of Mahon, and it has a lot of incredible restaurants. This area is known for the dining scene, so if you are a foodie, you're definitely gonna want to check out the restaurants that are there. On day number 3, you're gonna head to the north of the island, and this is a very underrated side of Menorca, honestly. You're gonna head out first to our favorite beach, which is called Caballeria Beach, and it's a red sand beach that has incredible views. Look at this blue water, look at this red sand. You cannot miss this spot. So
funny, we were in Caballeria this past year and I was swimming, I was with my mask, my goggles, and in the middle of the sea, someone reached out, hey, are you from the YouTube channel? We're like, yes, we are.
That has nothing to do with it.
Has nothing to do, has nothing to do. Okay.
While you are in Caballeria, if you're feeling up to the task, there is another beach very nearby that is called Cala Pregonda, and it's super famous because it's appeared in some ads and stuff, but you can only get there either by boat or by doing a 30-minute trek.
So this is for the adventure lovers, basically.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you have to go and park in a beach that's called Vinimela. It's next to Caballeria, and then you have to follow the signs to the 30-minute trek all the way to Cala Pregonda.
Then we recommend you to have lunch, probably late lunch, in a place called Fornells. I had mentioned it before because of the famous ice cream of Sa Gelateria, but in general, Fornells is a really nice town. There are so many options in terms of where you can eat. There's a little port. Actually, it's not that little, it's a big port, but it feels little because the town feels so petite. So we recommend you to go there, enjoy your time, and then later in the afternoon, close to sunset time, we would recommend you to go to a place called Eix Mercadal. And Mercadal has something very special. It's called an ensaimada. You can find ensaimadas in other places, but this is kind of the original place of the ensaimada, I feel. And you can get so many different flavored ensaimadas, which are traditional sweets from Menorca.
We recommend that you go to either Can Pons or Cas Sucrer, which is two of the original houses of ensaimadas in Menorca, and they are located there in Mercadal, so definitely make sure to go for a stop.
And when you go to Mercadal, you will want to take your car, hopefully you're by car, and you'll drive all the way up to this place called Monte Toro. Monte Toro is the highest place in the whole of the island. In fact, you can even see Mallorca from there. That's how high it is. And it is the perfect place to watch the sunset.
We've gone many times and this is what the views look like, so definitely add it to your itinerary because it's probably one of the best sunset spots in the whole island.
It is now day 4 and we are talking about the west of the island. We recommend you to go to Ciudadela if you're around, and if you're not around, get yourself over there, because the best thing to do is to rent a boat or get a tour from Ciudadela, a boat tour. From here, you'll be able to go to some of the most incredible beaches in the island, which are very difficult to get to by car because the parking situation is kind of a mess. These calas in specific, some of them are Turqueta or
Sonsaura as well. And the best thing is obviously you're on a boat, you get the whole experience of seeing the coastline, they take you to the beaches, some of them even serve you paella, I have seen. So it's a whole experience, a great way to explore the morning and to see a lot of the spots on the west coast without having to, you know, drive and do the whole hassle by yourself.
The bluest water you will ever see will be via a boat, because it's gonna be when you go to a cala where there's no humans around and there's not much sand around, it's just pure blue crystal clear water.
After you are back from the boat, obviously you want to take some time to explore the actual town of Ciudadela because it is the biggest town and it just has so much to see. There is a cathedral, there is the huge town hall that used to be a palace, and obviously like a whole area of the old town where you can walk through pebbled streets that are pedestrian street only, so it's super charming. There's a lot of local shops and obviously the restaurants. I was gonna forget about the restaurants.
Yeah, they're quite hard to get a table in the restaurants right in front of the sea. They are very popular. We have been rejected a couple of times, I may say, but there are so many alternatives in Ciudadela. And guess what? That place, Sa Gelateria, where you can get a great ice cream.
He's also here.
There's also one.
He's got an obsession with the ice creams. But on the restaurant side of things, if you book in advance because you want to go to a popular restaurant, then you'll have no problem getting in. It's just that if you try to get a table without having a reservation, there might be a huge queue. They might reject you if they have no space, so just keep that in mind. But obviously there's plenty of other options apart from those famous that are by the port.
As this video comes to an end, I just want to highlight that we have been Menorca lovers for the past decade or so. And in our channel, we have so many videos of Menorca. I mean, we have vlogs on vlogs on vlogs. We've been to every corner of Menorca. We've made videos about it. So if you're interested in seeing a specific area of Menorca, such as Binibeca or Ciudadela or Caballeria, just go to our channel and have fun with it.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that you found the video useful. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed and subscribe if you want to see more Menorca content. Leave your questions in the comments as we are going to Menorca again this year, so obviously we can make new videos for you. As always, thank you so much for watching and I guess we'll see you
in our next video.